Self-image on the James Post. Let's get it. Today I'm going to be talking about self-image because it's important for all of us to understand what that means and how we take care of it and how we take care of our self-image. Self-image is a personal view or a mental picture that we have of ourselves. Self-image is an internal dictionary that describes the characteristics of the self, including such as intelligence, beautiful, ugly, talents, selfish, and kind. And self-image can play two sides. You will have the positive side of the self-image, and then you have the negative sides of the self-image, which I'm going to compare, and contrast the two sides of self-image. I'm going to start with the positive self-image. A positive self-image is a having a good view of yourself, seeing yourself as an attractive and desirable person. Having an image of yourself, such as being smart, of intelligent, seeing yourself happy, being healthy, you know, when you look yourself and you appreciate yourself. If you have a positive image of yourself, then you recognize your strength and weakness, and while being realistic about your shortcomings and limitations is also important, because how we think about ourselves affects how we feel about ourselves and how we interact with others in the world around us. A positive self-image can boost our physical, mental, social, emotional, and also spiritual well-being. So that is what a positive self-image does. The negative side of self-image is that it's the consequences of low self-esteem. You can go back to my video and um, watch the video about self-esteem. It creates anxiety, stress, loneliness, increased likelihood, to be depression, to have depression. It will cause problem with your friendship and family, and also in relationships, romantic wide relationships. It will lead to impair, like academic and jobs as well. It will also lead to increase, more vulnerable to drugs and alcohol. If to the point where you become dependent, and you become an addiction to it. You will have also negative feelings. The constant of self criticism that can also lead persistent feeling of sadness, anger, and guilt. So a negative self-image means that most of the thoughts that you have about yourself are negative. And that is the side, and those are the negative side of self-image. And of course, we don't want to go through that. Of course, that's not what we want, you know. So we need to avoid that negative side. Now, there's four types of self-image, you know, because self-image is another of the self, concept that we must understand to how to better ourselves. Having a positive or negative self-image, there's so much about our personal image that comes to play. So let me explain the concept of the four type of self-image and how we should be aware of their differences and overarching similarities. If we want to build a positive, if we want to build a positive self image in the long run, then these are the four types of self image. The first one is how you see yourself. The second is how others sees you. The third is how you perceive others sees you. And the fourth, which is going to be a little bit confusing, but the fourth is how you perceive you see yourself. Those are the four types of self-image, and I'm gonna break it down, each of those points. So the first one is, how you see yourself. Because look, these type of self-image are blend of your internal self-awareness, which pretty means how well you see yourself, versus the external self-awareness, which also means how well you understand how others sees you. So until you can internalize both concepts, you can't understand which type of self-image best suits you. Okay, so the first one is how you see yourself. Self-image is both conscious and subconscious way of seeing ourselves. It is the emotional judgment we make about our self-worth. We can form our self-image through interaction with others, taking into account their reaction to us and the way they they put a category on us. So that is what that means of how you see yourself. The second is how others sees you. Most of us are not self-aware as we think we are. People who have a high level of self-awareness, who see themselves, how they fit into the world, and how others sees, the world clearly, people will form a perception of you just by looking at your facial expression, the way you stand, or even, by the way you shake hands, how you approach to people, how you present yourself. So, depending how you approach yourself, that's how others is going to see you. So that's the second type of how others sees you. The third is the how you perceive others sees you. Okay, if you can work out how others perceive you, then you can understand how to come across of them, and this also matters, because if you get it wrong, then it could be a reason why some people see you as looking inconfident. If you get it right, if you can start to think about adapting your behavior so that their perception of you is what you want them to be, knowing how you can come across to other people put you in control, and this in turn will make you look and feel more confident. If you know how to come across that, you can also take control of the situation, and that's how you perceive others sees you. The last four is gonna be how you perceive you see yourself. Our self-image is also about how we perceive ourselves and turns our life. Some image can determine what kind of person we think we are, what we believe others think about us. It really boils down to how much we believe in ourselves and our self-worth, and also our self-esteem, because that is also a instrument part of self-image. This is how we think, we believe and feel about ourselves. This is how we truly see ourselves from the inside, as well from our own perception and experience of ourselves. So our self-esteem is developed from experience and how we interpret them. So have a high self-esteem, be confident, and know your self-worth, and be and know your self-awareness. It also helps that you do not you be surrounded, or you put yourself in the midst of negative people. Look, here's what, I'm not attacking negative people. I just know that when I can detect someone who's negative, if I'm able to to categorize someone who's negative, then I know that person has an issue, that I know that person has something to work on, you know so when I'm in the mix of that, or if I know someone that is negative, then it is my job to protect my self-image, just like it's your job to protect self-image. You can also help that person if you really have the knowledge, if you know how to take care of yourself, and you are able to help someone who's dealing with negative side of self-image and low self-esteem, that you can help them. But if that's only if they want help, because if you offer them help and they don't want to be helped, and they already started to get agitated, then it is your best interest to take care of your self-image yourself, and just leave them alone. Get away from that negative situation, because you're just gonna blend in pretty much. So I'm not really attacking. I'm just telling you, know the difference if you really want to take care of your self-image. Okay, because self-image is really important. Having high self-esteem is the key to positive mental health and well-being. High self-esteem matters because it helps you to develop coping skills. It helps you to handle any adversity and put the negative into perspective. Okay, and to develop your self-image, okay, start small. Take one step at a time. You can say no, to inner critic. Go for good enough. Go for more. Don't settle for less. Avoid falling into the comparison trap. There's no need for you to compare yourself to others. We are all unique, just in different ways. Okay, spend more time with people that that are supportive, that that they're positive, that that they want nothing but the best of you. Okay, and don't let the hater stop you, because here's what comes down to it. When you want to be good, okay, and you show progress, and the results are giving you good, people who are negative will see that, and they're gonna start feeling some type of way. They're gonna criticize you. They're gonna show envy in you. And for a lot of people, when they receive that, for contributing to be good and to be to just to be full of life, they let those critics, they let them get in their head, and then everything falls down. And then they get upset because they're getting all these negative feedback. Forget about it. Just forget about it. Continue to stay in your lane, continue to do what is best for you, and also understand that it's going to contribute some haters. Stay away from them. Don't let them stop you. Trust me. Okay? And also, even though fashion is another way to cover our insecurities, right? Take advantage of that too. Dress clothes. Dress clothes that will make you feel good about yourself. Because we all are going through a lot of stuff. We have certain things. We have complexity. We have certain things that we don't accept ourselves. But if you want to accept yourself, embrace it. Let me put it like this: if you short, tall, slim, big, whatever, love yourself, embrace yourself, make yourself known. And by doing that, to start off, is by putting yourself in a comfort zone, because that's what it is. Comfortable, being comfortable is what matters. is essential. You know, don't do it for everybody. Don't let people tell you how to talk, how to dress, how to move around. Do it for you. Do it for your comfort zone. Okay? Spend more time, with your own skin. Focus on the positive. And like I said, wear clothes that will make you feel good about yourself. Because when you do that, benefits of being, of having a positive image will come into play. It's gonna give you, more happiness, more joy in your life. You're gonna have more self-confidence. You're gonna be happier than you were with yourself before. And the way you join your life, then a lot of offers will come will come your way. It's that simple. You're gonna have less fear. You ain't gonna have that much of anxiety. When your confidence is high, you can accept, adapt, learn, gain, and benefit from any situation in life. A person with a healthy self-image doesn't deny that they have flaws. In fact, they are realistic and clearly have the understanding and accept the fact that they have their personal shortcomings, and there's no critical judgment there. That's pretty much how it is. Identify also your self-image. You can identify it too. Ask some of assertive, be a little bit more assertive without any guilt. Don't dwell on the past. Move on. See everyone as your equal. Don't allow yourself to be manipulated. Don't let that. Do not let nobody manipulate you. Okay? Recognize both positive and negative feelings and share them with others if they're interested, if they want, to take the time. Okay? When you find yourself, you're doing different things to achieve a better balance. And that is what self-image is all about. Okay? That's what it is. Okay? So you do this, you just master yourself, self-image. Okay? Love yourself. Value yourself. I know I keep saying that. Value yourself. It's value yourself. I do, I have took speech class pretty much all my life because, I have stuttering problems. So, I think I need to go back on that therapy, to master more the pronunciations and stuff like that. And it also doesn't help that I have accent, but you know what? I like it. I love it. Other people love my accent. I love it too. I used to be one of those people that didn't accept self-image because I was always I was always putting myself in comparison with others. When I see someone who's like, me being big, mind you, when I see people wearing clothes that are like, that is actually my style as well, I'm like, man, I wish I could have his body, I wish I could wear clothes like that, you're just comparing yourself to that person, don't stress about it. Do what you can, because everybody have self-image. Everybody has a positive image and everybody has a negative image. Okay, it's different, but everybody has it. So start creating your own self-image, and I promise you that you're gonna feel good about yourself. Okay, I'm not a doctor. I don't. Like, how can I say I'm not? How can I say it? I'm promoting this because experience. Experience is better than just have a piece of paper on the wall, so that way you can, so you can make it known that, you are specialized in this type of field. No, you are specialized in that field when you experience it. Okay? So please take care of you guys. Take care of yourself. Take care of your self-image. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.